Hi, John Sutherland here. I'm here to tell you about peace or despair. It has changed my life forever. It is a true blessing that I finally have happiness in my life that I never knew even existed, let alone obtaining. I've always had a God in my life. I always believed in God, but I never practiced worshiping God and living by His rules and managing my life as if God would have us manage it. I now make all my decisions as if God were looking over my shoulder, and He guides me to not make the mistakes I used to make. Because my whole life I lived like this, and I call this despair. I put everyone and everything else first. I can fix everyone else, I can give people advice, I can give my opinion, I can buy material things to make me happy, the house, the car, the pool, you name it. By the time I was 50 years old, I was so miserable. I couldn't stand my life. I never found true happiness. And throughout all that, putting all the material things and everyone else first, then I forgot to take care of myself. I put myself second, but then I took care of myself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. After I was done taking care of everything and everyone else first. And then God was down here somewhere. And I would turn to God when I made bad decisions, mistakes, looking for His help. I would turn to God and thank Him when, things went my way. When you make that gamble and bet pays off, But most of all, I turned to God because of the mistakes that I had made in my life. And that was despair. And I lived most of my life in despair. I no longer do that. I live my life in peace. Pure peace. A peace I never, ever, ever dreamed existed. Yet alone obtained. I now have it. I love my life. I love everything about my life. I love going to work. Everything. I don't work for the weekend anymore. I live in the moment. I live in today. I never live in the past. I don't live for tomorrow. I live for today. Each and every day. And all I had to do was this. Peace. Put God first. Peace or despair. P.O.D. It works. It works in my life at least. And I think you too can find it if you try the 30-day challenge that on my website. And try it wholeheartedly. Give it everything you've got. Because you have nothing else to lose but a little bit of your time. And what do you have to gain? A life of peace. What do you have to lose? Despair. It's real simple. Put God first in all your decisions. Help Him make you the decisions as to whether or not to get angry. Whether or not to move, not move. Your education, your job. Turn to Him. Pray. Ask for guidance. Let Him make the decisions. Put God first. Then put yourself second. Not monetarily, not materialistically, but emotionally, physically, spiritually. If you fill those things, then you have a full pitcher to pour into other people's cups. Because you can't pour into other people's glasses if you have nothing to pour. You have to fill yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and make sure you're sound. And then you can go out and take care of everyone and everything else. You can be there for people soundly then. You can give sound advice. You are a better person. And that has brought me true peace. So instead of having anger and resentment and jealousy in my life, I now have peace and tranquility and love. If you want those things and you want a life of peace and not despair, try it. It works. 30-day challenge. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Just try it wholeheartedly and you will find a peace in your life I never dreamed of. It worked for me. Give it a try. Thanks.